Chapter 18. How to Fight Sudden Impulses of Passions. If, my beloved, you are not yet accustomed to overcome sudden impulses and the excitement of passions, roused, for example, by insults or by other clashes, I advise you to do this. Make it a rule every morning, while you still sit at home, to review in your mind all the occasions you may meet within the course of the day, both favorable and unfavorable, and visualize the passionate impulses, lusts, and irritations they may provoke. Then, prepare in yourself beforehand how to stifle them at the very inception without allowing them to develop. If you do this, you will never be taken unawares by any movements of passions, but will always be ready to resist them, without being troubled with anger or enticed by lust. This review of what may happen should be practiced especially when you have to go out and visit places where you are bound to meet people who can either attract or irritate you. Being prepared, you will easily avoid the one and the other. If a wave of passion arises, it will roll over your head or will break against you as against a rock, instead of carrying you with it like a flimsy boat. Let the holy prophet David convince you of this as regards anger when he says, "I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandments." But this preparation is not yet everything. Passion can still be excited, and excited suddenly. In such a case, act as follows. As soon as you feel a passionate impulse, whether of lust or irritation, hasten to curb it by an effort of will. Descend into your heart with the attention of your mind, and try in every possible way not to let the passion enter the heart. Watch to prevent the heart being irritated by what irritates, or attracted by what attracts. If, however, either the one or the other happens suddenly to be born in your heart, to begin with, try to prevent it from coming out. Do not express it either by word, look, or gesture. Further, compel your mind and heart to rise to God on high, and, having produced in yourself a clear consciousness and feeling of God's boundless love and of His impartial truth, try through this to thrust out the passionate movement and to replace it by its opposing good. If it is a question of meeting someone, it may be difficult to do all this fully and successfully. Still, do not abandon your good intention and try to do what you can. Even if for the moment your effort is unsuccessful, you will achieve your end when the meeting which rouses your passion is over. But take great care not to show the passion roused within. This effort will prevent its developing. And as soon as you are free from the inflow of evil impressions, hasten to enter your heart and strive to throw out the reptile which has found its way there. But the best and most efficient protection against a sudden uprising of passions is getting rid of the causes which are always giving birth to such movements. These causes are twofold, like and dislike. If you, my beloved, are caught and made captive by a liking for some person or by attachment to some thing, whether great or small, it is natural that if you meet them and see them insulted or harmed, or someone wishes to entice them away or steal them from you, you immediately become indignant, grieve, become agitated, and rise up in arms against those who do it. Therefore, if you wish to be free of such sudden disturbances, take care to overcome and uproot from your heart this wrong attraction or wrong attachment. And the further it has gone, the more care you should use to have an equable mind and acquire a sensible attitude to things and people. For the stronger your attraction or passionate attachment, the more tempestuous the sudden uprising of passion in all the cases I have indicated. In the same way, if you feel dislike towards some person or aversion from some thing, it is equally natural for indignation or disgust to rise up suddenly in you if you meet them, and especially if you hear someone praise them. Therefore, if you wish to preserve the peace of your heart in such cases, urge yourself to stifle these bad feelings on this occasion, and later to annihilate them altogether. You will be helped in this by reasoning as follows in relation to people: that they too are God's creatures, fashioned as you are in God's image and likeness, and by the all-powerful hand of the living God, that they are redeemed and regenerated by the priceless blood of Christ our Lord, that they too are your brothers and co-members, whom it is wrong for you to hate even in thought, as it is written, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart." Especially you must remember that even supposing they are worthy of dislike or hostility, if you conceive friendship and love towards them, you will, in so doing, be likening yourself to God, who loves all his creatures and despises none of them, as the wise Solomon says in praising the Lord, "Thou lovest all the things that are, and abhorrest nothing which thou hast made. For never wouldest thou have made anything if thou hadst hated it." With no regard for human sins, he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust.